That line of Cousins, Peterka, and Krebs on paper certainly looks exciting. It has an exciting feel to it. Are you a little bit surprised that they're giving Dylan Cozens this much confidence? They're showing this much confidence, having this much faith in him because, like you said, this is a very young line. You look at Krebs and you look at Peterka, and I'm almost thinking in my mind, man, I wish I had like a Michael Peckett type, an established veteran to center a guy like this. Cousins is still young himself, but I mean, he certainly looks the part.
Yeah, he's old in terms of NHL experience compared to the other two. He's really not that much older than either one of them, but he's played
Right.
more games. One of the things I've noticed since I got here is the way Don Granato and Kevin Adams talk about Dylan Cozens. Every time they're just not afraid to show how much they love this guy and what he brings to the table. Development camp was one of the first events, I guess, that I covered after the draft. And Cozens was down with the young guys, showing them the way. And the way Granato talked about that, it was like, this guy's one of their future leaders. He's already leading the young players. And I do think they feel like a breakout season is coming from him. And I think they trust him in the defensive zone and trust him in the transition game. Peyton Krebs is a good defensive player as well. From what I've been watching, the way he passes the puck and gets it out of the zone, he has really strong defensive instincts. They've put him on the penalty kill a few times in the preseason. Cozens is just getting bigger and stronger and is built to eventually be the type of guy they're asking him to be. And that's essentially what you're seeing with a lot of guys is they're going to give them the role that they eventually see them in because they're going to let these guys grow into what they can become. And there might
Right.
be some bumps that come along with that, but they are backing up everything they've said about Dylan Cozens. They're backing it up with their actions by putting him on that line and giving him a chance. It could be a super exciting offensive group. Like there's a lot of speed, a lot of goal scoring potential. The big question I had, and it was asking around last week about it was the defensive side is, how are these guys going to adjust to that? But Dylan Cozens said if we're in the offensive zone, we don't have to worry about that, and
Yeah.
which is great. And Don Granato said it's actually he's not worried about their assignment, the knowledge of the assignments in the defensive zone. He said they just have to get the instincts right of when a play is dead and you can transition to offense. Figuring that out is a little bit different at the NHL level, but how do you do it if not by getting out there and doing it? So is it a little bit of a risky trio that they put together? Could you have put Asplund with them and felt a little bit more balanced and a little bit better about how they would play defense? Sure, but man, there's a lot of upside with that group. And if you see them potentially together long term, it probably doesn't hurt to get them started right away.